Tropical Storm Peter continues to move towards the Leeward Islands at this time. So we have the latest in from the NHC. There's not really that much change. It's still a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm. Pressure still 1,007 millibars. Pretty much everything is the same. The latitude is 19.5 degrees north. Longitude 60.9 degrees west. It is moving northwest at 15 miles per hour. And the tropical storm force winds extend 125 miles from the center. So this is the latest satellite imagery right here. As you can see, there's some thunderstorms developing around the northeastern part of the center of circulation of it. So yeah, that's some interesting development. It's actually north of the Leeward Islands right now. So yeah, some rainfall could happen 1 to 3 inches at this time. So yeah, we have the 5-day cone, which now has it weakening back to 45 then 40 miles per hour, then down to a tropical depression. Then by 8 a.m. Saturday, it has it strengthening back to a tropical storm. So so that's what the NHC has it at. So it's more of a wait and see at this point. This is the intensity models, which majority of the models also agree with that. So yeah, the models, majority of models have it weakening after the majority of the models have it weakening at this point since it's officially reached its peak according to the NHC, and it would weaken down to a tropical depression, then strengthen back to a tropical storm. It's basically, in my opinion, it depends on a couple of factors: the organization of the storm, as well as like how quickly that turn goes. So there you have it. So the models are in quite a bit more agreement than they were in the last video. So that's something better for me to work off of. So yeah, majority of the models have it turning towards the northeast and moving south of Bermuda. So there you have it. Some models have it just moving like a complete 180. The HMNI just still has it going over the Turks and Caicos at a very fast pace, and then just turning after that. So yeah, what I can say, not with confidence, but with increasing possibilities, that it's going to follow these models right here and turn where it's after 48 hours. It's going to turn where these models are expecting it to turn. So that's some good news, because I remember like at the last video, man, it was just, man, like they were so split and divided. I'm glad that the models are now in more agreement, because that gives me something to work off of. So I'm really grateful for that. So this is the satellite imagery. We're gonna back it up to about 90 frames. So there it is in that core right there. Convection starts weakening, then it starts strengthening near the core of it. So yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting development right there. So I'll be keeping a close eye on it when it comes to that. Let's move this back to 30 frames. Thank you. There we go. Now before the video ends, I'm going to give you a few key takeaways. First one is that it's still the same strength and everything. Second key takeaway is that the models have it now weakening down to a tropical depression, then strengthening back up to a tropical storm. So that's a new development. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that. Third key takeaway is that just all the majority of the models are now in agreement, and that it's going to start turning after 48 hours. Basically, start turning to the northeast, and then move south of Bermuda. So that's good news. It gives me something better to work off of. So I'm really glad the models are now in a majority in agreement. So yeah, and it's now it's now basically basically the NHC and these models are now basically in agreement. So that's good news. So there you have it. The final key takeaway is that watch this convection burst right here in the northeastern part of it. Could this be another core developing, or could it just be some more convection and that will eventually die down? I'll be keeping a close eye on this, so be sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more updates.